right. The daily debate for today is, that's why we kind of tap the brakes a little bit on Ben. We can dive into this a little. How do you feel about the announcement of a flyweight title fight between 125-pound champion Henry Cejudo and the bantamweight champion Cejudo-Dellashaw? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And then the other choice is, why is it happening? How about you, Dan? You go first.
You know, I came up with the why is it happening option. I was leaning toward the why is it happening option, but if I'm really being honest, as much as I want to be neutral or optimistic, obviously, in a perfect world, I may have to kind of go toward hate it. And just to be, here's my reasoning. I just think that maybe, perhaps, we got caught speeding here. You know, we need title fights to fill out shows, something we talk about all the time, and something that why we scratch our head, why are we not adding 165 and why are we taking away 125? And these kind of are counterintuitive to the programming structure that the UFC has to supply us. So maybe the news kind of took tread in part due to us and the media and the fans, and maybe the UFC expedited, knocking out the 125 division before they were able to deliver this news. So now this news kind of tastes kind of funny to us, right? Because we're kind of salty about, it was a close fight between DJ. Wait, DJ's gone. Wait, 125's gone. I think we're all still trying to digest this. So maybe my off thing will be hated, but I'm probably going to regret doing that, and I'll probably be loving it, and I definitely be watching it come fight time with that caveat.
All right, which one's your choice?
Gotta go with... I got to go with hate it because I don't love it, and I understand why it's happening, so that would be default hate it. But I will say with a caveat, I'm going to watch it. I love and respect both fighters. It just gives me a real funny feeling in my stomach, I think, because the order we got this news.
I know, but I still don't know which one you chose.
Hate it.
Hate
it. Yeah. Like 3
when
times.
he says it, then he goes, but I love it. And so I'm like, what?
Okay, sorry.
Okay, who do you like? Or what's your choice?
I hate it. It just doesn't make much sense to me. I think one of the cool things about this, we hear, how many times have we heard Daniel Cormier called a champ, and if that belt's not going to exist, what was the point? Going forward, how are you going to promote that? It's a fight that doesn't really make sense when you could have had a fight that did make sense, a rematch. I hate it.
You hate it. Yeah, I guess I hate it like you guys because it's at 125, but I love it because I thought it was going to be at okay. Fuck, here goes the long answer. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. I thought that if it happened, it needed to happen at 25 when the division existed. But now that it didn't exist, and if they were going to do it, then make it at 35. So, yeah, I hate that part of it. I love the matchup. I want to see who wins. I think it'd be interesting for Dillashaw to become a champ, and I guess he wasn't going to stay at 25 anyway if the division continued. And I think he, on seniority, had that right over Cejudo trying to fight at 35. But I'm anxious to see this fight. Yes. So I think I'm just more on why is it happening? Why is it happening at 25 is my thing. Like, just have it at 35. It's funny though, this question can go in so many directions because if it did happen, like if you were to say, George, they just tweeted it's happening at 35, I would hate it for Moraes and a Sunsao and all those other beasts that are just clawing and scratching.
Good point.
Oh boy, yeah, that was a great question. But yeah, so they're going with hate it, and I'm going with why is it happening. But it was very confusing to me when I read that news yesterday. I don't see the point of it. Yeah. And here is how the voting broke down. By the way, why is it happening came in at 46%. I love it came in at 41%, and 13% said I hate it. I think the I love it's probably just think about the matchup. I love it. And they forget about the politics and everything else that goes behind the scenes. And that's fine. That's what us media guys are supposed to do, is just figure out what makes sense and what doesn't make sense.